Now I know I said we weren't gonna fix the fuel system until we got down to Georgia, but then I realized that that was really stupid. Moving across the country with a car that doesn't run, that's not gonna be fun. So Deatschwerks hauled ass and got this entire new fuel system to go into the Volvo. It's a surge tank setup with not one, not two, not three, but 4 300-liter-per-hour fuel pumps. We already got the surge tank mounted. I welded some bolts up through the bottom of the car, so now it's kind of like studs, and then I put some rubber bushings in between the surge tank and the chassis. But now we gotta cut some holes, and we gotta make some fuel lines.
all the hoses for the new setup are ran. This is how it works, all right? There is a fuel pump inside the stock fuel tank, which is now a DW300. We upgraded that from a DW200. That feeds fuel into the surge tank. Inside the surge tank, there are 3 DW300 fuel pumps, one of which will be running while I'm cruising around, and then the other 2 will pop on once we get into boost. So those 3 pumps feed fuel up to the engine. What isn't used is pumped back into the surge tank, and then there is another line that connects the surge tank to the return on the stock fuel tank. So that's why there's 2 AN lines on here, which are both pressurized, and then there are 2 soft lines, which are both return lines. Next up, I'm gonna make a mount for the methanol reservoir, because right now it's just double-sided taped to the side of the car. Then we can pull the surge tank out, paint everything in there, and start the final assembly. I wanna take a moment to thank this video's sponsor, Keeps. I know a thing or two about hair loss at a young age. Did you know that 2 out of 3 men will experience some sort of form of male pattern baldness before 35, or in my case, before 22? The best way to prevent hair loss is to take action while you still have hair, and that is where Keeps comes in. Keeps is a hair loss treatment that's affordable, easy to get,
and effective. You used to have to go to a doctor's office and sit through an awkward visit to get your prescription. With Keeps, you can visit a doctor online and get hair loss medication delivered to your door. Keeps has more 5-star reviews than any of its competitors, and hundreds of thousands of men use it. Their treatments usually take 4 to 6 months to start seeing results, so it's important to act fast. The sooner you start using Keeps, the more hair you'll save. So if you're ready to take action and prevent your hair loss, go to keeps.com/Gingium, or you can click the link in the description down below and you'll receive 50% off your first order. Huge thank you to Keeps for sponsoring this video. So all the hoses are ran, tightened, connected. They're all good. I went ahead and reconnected the battery, and now I'm going to turn on the intake fuel pump and let it fill up the surge tank. No leaks. Well, that worked quite nicely. No leaks. I can tell the fuel is going through the system. So let's wire up the pumps in the surge tank. There's some wires going to the first in surge tank pump. I'm gonna turn the key and see if that thing pops on. Hey. So now I plug in this bad boy. Now both fuel pumps are plugged in. Prime the system. All right, got fuel pressure. All right, let's check for leaks. We're good. So everything in the surge tank is working. Now I'm gonna wire up stage 2, which are the 2 other pumps in the surge tank that will turn on in boost. Grounding this wire should turn on the 2 fuel pumps. Beautiful. Now for the moment of truth. Will it start? And will something blow up? Something tells me I need to charge my battery. What the fuck? That's wacky. Hooking up the jump starter caused the main fuse to pop. In order to replace the main fuse, I gotta remove the battery, it's getting late today, so I'm just gonna throw it on the charger and then come back tomorrow, replace the fuse, and get it started. It's fixed! Yay! was looking for this. And it, oh my God. I drove all the way to the gas station with it on my roof. That is so funny. Oof. So it's been a long time since I've driven this thing, and the last time I drove it, it had all sorts of fuel issues that the ECU tried to compensate for, so the tune is probably a little wacky. I don't want to rip on it quite yet. I also want to change when the second fuel pumps kick in. I want them to kick in a little bit earlier in a power pole, but I left my laptop in Audrey's car, so I'm gonna go cruise, get some miles on the car on the new setup, get my laptop, beep boop boop, and then we can do some riffs.
Show off how dirty my car is.
Audrey, I need to expose you. She never cleans her car. Remember that thing we said when we got this? Clean it like once a week.
Hey, it's all mostly closed, and this is yours, dummy.
The good news is that the Volvo made it all the way here without any issues. I hate this car. I hate it. I hate it. Right now it's running at 12.2 volts. And the voltage is going down. And it's misfiring at idle, probably because the voltage is so low. So you know that brand new alternator I got? That super nice aftermarket one? I guess it's toast. We're sitting steady at 12.2 volts, but we're pulling into the shop. So thank God we made it. So I cleaned the alternator with this electric parts cleaner. I think there's actually a chance that might have worked. You can physically see, maybe you guys can't really tell, but you can see that there's power steering fluid all in this big puddle of liquid. So maybe, just maybe. I guess the first question is it gonna start? Does it have enough voltage to do that? Great. 12.9? I mean, that's better. 13? It's definitely better. I just found another issue. I went to go close the hood and I realized that pulley should not be flopping around like that. The bolt's in it, but maybe the bolt's loose. All right, well, it's as tight as I can get it. It's better. It's still pretty wobbly though. Oh, lovely, we're back down to 12.6 volts. 13.7, 13.6, yeah! All right, I'm convinced that the Volvo is mad at me for putting an LS in it, because that entire drive, it was going from 12.2 volts to 13.8. Alternator's going in and out. Now suddenly the boost controllers are making a bunch of ticking noises. Why now, why me? You should be happy. It's a better motor. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, 12.3 volts. Great. Great. So it needs a new alternator to fix the charging issue, needs new wastegates to fix the boost creep, and I can't even test the new fuel system because it doesn't have a charger on the battery. I'm not gonna go rip it with 12.5 volts. Oh, and right, yeah, I gotta pack and move across the country in 12 days. I kinda think the starter's going out too, because every once in a while when I try to start it, it just ticks, and then I do it again, tick, do it again, tick, do it again, and then it actually cranks over and starts. So add an alternator, or starter to the list. There's so many things broken with it, I forgot what was what. Gotta remove the subwoofer to get to the battery. It's a bad design, Caleb. A bad design. I decided I might as well at least change the tune on the Volvo so when I do get it fixed, I don't have to do that. So I got the laptop out. Too bad that, I should unplug this, it's not safe. This literally just happened. Wire ripped out of my charger. My laptop's dead, so I can't even do that. I was so excited last night when I was going to bed. I was gonna get the Volvo running, I was gonna be able to rip that, and I was gonna be able to make 2 good videos, and now here we are. This thing was $100. I couldn't wait for a new cable through Amazon, so I had to buy a whole new charger through Best Buy. Let's tune this thing. 3,500 RPM and 100. So now it's 35% throttle, 3,500 RPM, and 90 kpm. Let's try that, if our alternator cooperates. I mean, we're at 13.5 volts right now. Only time will tell if this alternator needs to be replaced or not. Ooh, it's been a long time since I've been able to push that button. I think the second fuel pumps are working, because when I lean into it, there's one spot where it jumps up in fuel pressure. There's too many things to look at once, so I'm just kind of trusting the ECU right now. I missed that. She's back, baby! Woo! I can put that down. Fuel pressure looked great, oil pressure looked great, AFR looked great, the math's working, and we still have voltage. Now the last question, will we still have a crank bolt when I pull back into that parking lot? It's there. Checking the data log, just to be sure. 81 PSI of fuel pressure at in boost. We're at 45% duty cycle. 9 pounds of boost, that is looking good. We're at 10.9 AFR, also looking good. We still do need those wastegates to fix the boost creep, but the boost creep isn't creeping past 9 pounds, so at least the boost creep is a safe level, but it's seeming like we don't need an alternator. It's cool, you can actually see the bump in fuel pressure when the two other pumps kick in. That yellow line is fuel pressure, and right when the fuel pumps kick in, boop! That happens right when it hits 90 kPa. So that's perfect. Well, even though the car might have these other issues, we've at least fixed this fuel system. Thank you, Deatschwerks, for working with me through all this pain and misery. We figured it out, we got it good. She's a rippin'. That is all she wrote for this video and all she wrote for videos here at the shop. This is officially going to be the last video of modifying, fixing something here at the shop. In the next video, we are going to be packing up, getting the cars shipped out, getting the apartment packed up, completing a whole bunch of shit that we have to do in order to move down to Georgia. If you want to watch that video, you can head over to Patreon and watch it way earlier than it will be available here on YouTube. Thank you all so much for the support. I'll see you in the next one, and I'll see you in Georgia. Peace out. Goodbye.